You know, we signed and contracted to do a rematch, and that's what it is right now.
Do you know when it's going to be, when we can hear?
I don't got no date right now, you know, but I know that's the next fight that Terence Crawford.
How long do you think it will be before we might have some news about that?
I don't know. It's still up in the air, given the
first male boxer, undisputed, you know, in any division in a 4-belt era, and I honor, you know, that. And if he was to come to me or activate his,
I mean, it could happen. I mean, why not? If Crawford wanna challenge himself to be great, let him try to be great. You know, so you know what I'm saying, I'm with it. So you know, I'll be going for Bud. You know, if he fight Canelo, I'll be going for him.
Boxing is in absolute chaos again. Just when the world thought the Crawford-Spence saga was dead and buried, everything has changed overnight. Real negotiations for the rematch are happening right now behind closed doors. No rumors, no hype. Actual talks. Crawford is already firing shots publicly, questioning Spence's legacy, and fans are demanding answers. Here's the full story.
That immediately after that fight, that now time has kind of ran its course. I don't want to see Errol. I just don't want to see Errol get done like that again. That's all. And I believe Errol Spence is a generational talent. Great.
Crawford and Spence have always had sharp tongues, but now they're coming at each other harder than ever. Spence hasn't fought since being dominated in 2023, but he insists that loss wasn't the real him. He says 147 drained him, that he had nothing left in the tank. Crawford laughs at that. To him, the fight was one-sided, brutal, and decisive. 3 knockdowns. Total domination. But now Spence promises that at 150 pounds, fans will see a completely different monster.
Because I don't want to personally, we talking about what we want to see. I don't want to see it. Because I know what it's going to look like. The same as it looked last time.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
Errol Spence wasn't the same.
What was wrong with him?
He looked slow. He looked he looked sluggish.
Why?
I can't tell you. I wasn't in camp.
At the division, he dominated for his entire career. All of a sudden, when it came time for this fight, he looked different. Why?
I wasn't in camp with him. I can't tell you. I don't know if his body finally broke down from being at 140.
This rematch has been messy from day one. The moment Crawford destroyed Spence, Spence activated the rematch clause immediately. But the contract was clear. If no written notice was submitted, the rematch must happen at 147 again. Spence never submitted anything, yet demanded 154. Crawford refused to give him any advantage, especially after beating him so convincingly. That's where everything stalled.
But weight can be used as an excuse and sort of say, I don't feel like it. Like, I'll go up for this guy, but not another guy. So, you know, that's sort of the spirit. The language is very, you know, more precise and very definitive. But the concept is, out of fairness, is, let's not be.
Then came Spence's health issues, eye surgery, long recovery, and doubts about whether he would ever return to top form. While Spence healed, Crawford moved forward, winning another belt at 154 against Madrimov. Reporters kept asking about Spence, and Crawford didn't even entertain the idea. Nah, he said. At that point, the rivalry looked officially dead.
I want your reaction. Is an Errol Spence rematch on the table still, or
nah?
All right, we're gonna wrap this. I have to tell you.
But now the entire situation has flipped again. Crawford is no longer closing the door. Spence is pushing harder than ever, practically calling him out daily. Fans are completely split. Some believe Spence deserves another chance because of the weight cut. Others say that's just an excuse, and the rematch would look even worse for him.
I believe that the fight would have went that way regardless, because stylistically, the fundamentals on that level, Crawford is just outclasses Errol Spence in every single category.
Spence now says Crawford is ducking him, trying to erase the loss by moving on. Crawford fires back immediately. You had your chance. You got dominated. You didn't even look like you belonged in the ring with me. Both men feel insulted. Both men feel disrespected. And both are ready to settle it again.
47, but I'm sure he probably gonna push the weight up, but there's not gonna be no change in the decision. The performance still is gonna be the same. Might be even a little bit better. So, you know, he might want to watch out before he activate the rematch.
The trash talk is intensifying by the day. Spence says the world hasn't seen him at full strength yet. He's confident he will shock everyone in a rematch. Crawford, meanwhile, finds the entire idea almost funny. He says Spence is overrated, predictable, and would get stopped even faster in a second fight, with both fighters confirming talks. The showdown feels more real than ever. And now this rivalry is starting to affect friendships too.
Let's go! As you can see, man, breaking news. Errol Spence then activated that rematch clause to fight Terence again, right? Let's be honest, we all saw the fight. Crawford beat Boogers out.
Crawford and Shakur Stevenson have always been like family, but now they're publicly disagreeing over Spence's legacy. Crawford questioned whether Spence even deserves Hall of Fame consideration. Shakur immediately fired back, defending Spence's entire career. This has split fans, analysts, and even fighters right down the middle.
To the point where I moved up in weight and I'm in the same weight as Spence. It's just like, oh man, you ain't fighting nobody. You this, you that, you this, you that. So now they trying to blemish my accomplishment just to boost him up. I'm like, dude, you're not gonna do that. Because I can retire right now and be in the Hall of Fame. He couldn't. Everything that I've accomplished, he's still trying to accomplish. I don't want to sound like I'm hating on him. I honestly don't know if he make it to the Hall of Fame with the accolades that he didn't got.
Crawford sparked the fire on the Pound for Pound podcast. He said Spence's resume isn't enough for Hall of Fame status because he only dominated one division. Yes, Spence unified 3 belts. Yes, he beat top names like Porter, Danny Garcia, and Ugas, but Crawford says that's not enough. He believes real Hall of Famers dominate multiple divisions. That statement sent shockwaves around the boxing community. The backlash was immediate.
One of the best wins on your resume, it starts to make people look at your resume with a question mark. Terence Bud Crawford.
Fans accused Crawford of downplaying Spence's entire career. Some call it disrespect, others say it's brutally honest. But the strongest response came from none other than Shakur Stevenson, Crawford's close friend. Shakur defended Spence passionately. Errol had a great career. If it wasn't for Bud, he would have been undisputed. Shakur reminded everyone that Spence collected every belt one by one, proving his dominance.
I went on Pound for Pound podcast and he said that Errol Spence will not be a Hall of Famer. Can you just give me your thoughts on that?
I disagree.
You disagree? Why do you disagree?
I feel as though Errol had a great career. If it wasn't for Bud, he would have been undisputed. So he went and got every belt one by one by one. I think he's a Hall of Fame.
Run was long enough, no Diddy, to automatically put him in the Hall of Fame. He was a very good fighter. If there was a Hall of Very Good, he would be going into that. But Hall of Fame, no. If you were in charge of writing the Hall of Fame speech for Errol Spence, and I was in charge of writing a Hall of Fame speech for Bud Crawford, my Hall of Fame speech, listing my credentials, listing my accolades for Bud Crawford would sound a lot better than your speech for Errol Spence, bro. Yeah, I don't think unifying and holding 3 titles automatically push you in.
His comments directly challenge Crawford's narrative. This debate raises a massive question. What truly makes a Hall of Famer? Is it dominating multiple divisions? Or completely ruling one division like Spence did at 147? Shakur says Spence's dominance is enough. Crawford insists it's not even close. And now,
opportunity to fight him, it's only right that if that's what he want to do, I'll give it back to him. Outside of him, I was definitely looking for that Jamel Charlo fight, but they just stripped him for the WBO. So now it's going to be kind of hard, becoming a 3-weight world champion if you don't come back and, fight Tim Tszyu and be successful after.
Let me make a plea right now to Terence Crawford. I understand you just beat him. You beat him thoroughly. You're the undisputed welterweight champion of the world. The WBO, the WBA, the WBC, the IBF titles. But you hugged him after the fight for a reason. I am making a plea to Terence Crawford. Even if you elect to give Errol Spence Jr. a rematch, please do not do this for at least a year. Don't. I think he's the bigger, stronger fighter. But Errol methodically marches down and breaks you down. I don't know if that can be done to Crawford. I think that Crawford is a marvelous boxer. I think he's got the temperament of a champion that really wants to do damage and be spectacular. He can fight conventional. He can go southpaw. He brought the power with him. And I think the biggest thing is that Errol Spence might have gave him a little be gone. The notion that Terence Bud Crawford should move up 3 weight classes, 21 pounds, to fight Canelo.
For to call you out at 68, say that he can beat you at this weight? No, you know, everybody wants to fight with me, so.
The story takes another twist. Some fans believe Crawford's sudden focus on money fights and legacy could hurt his Hall of Fame argument. They say he's criticizing Spence while chasing big paydays himself. The truth: this saga is no longer just a boxing rivalry. It's a debate about greatness, legacy, and respect. What do you think? Is Spence a Hall of Famer? Does Crawford have a point? Should the rematch happen at 154? Comment below, subscribe for more updates, and stay locked in, because this story is far from over.